Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. And first, I need to put in a shameless plug, which I haven't done for quite a while, actually. I mean, I've done other shameless things, but not this. If you want one of these fascinating, fabulous ClassicsToday.com t-shirts, you should go to the ClassicsToday.com store at ClassicsToday.com, which is liberally splashed all over the homepage. And there'll be a link to the store right below here. You know, I keep forgetting to do that. And I should push it more because we opened up this store which has all this cool merchandise. You can get mugs and, water bottles and all kinds of apparel with fabulous slogans, some of which have been suggested by you folks and some of which are originals. This is an original. They popped out of the videos. So, yeah, I mean, we're getting close to the holiday season. Well, it's August, but, in the record business, the Christmas stuff all shipped in August. If you worked in a big record store, all the Christmas things, they had to be ordered in June. And they all arrived in August so that you could put out your Christmas displays, in good time, usually by, after Labor Day or something like that. So anyway, yeah, get a t-shirt. They're cool. They're nice. They feel good. They're not too expensive. They're fun. Anyway, I just figured I'd let you know. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about, and I think it's important to do this once in a while. These are performances that have been discussed, but this is the Segerstam Sibelius cycle on Ondine, which has been very nicely packaged in this lovely little box. It's not ridiculously expensive. I think it was like $37 on Amazon or something. It's 4 CDs. And I have to say, first of all, it's still available, which I think is so important because things need to be available. So it's as of this date, which is August 4th, 2023. I don't know what's going to happen in the year 3086, but in 2023, August, this is available. And that matters a lot, number one. Number two, it's one of the handful, 2, 3, 4, 5, great Sibelius cycles ever done. And it's marvelous. It features the Helsinki Philharmonic, which is the hometown team. And Leif Segerstam was a wonderful conductor when he's not being perversely slow. And he's not here for the most part. So yeah, it's great. And you also get Finlandia and the Violin Concerto, a really smashing performance of the Violin Concerto with Pekka Kuusisto, who's a wonderful violinist. So yeah, we're in good shape with this. And I want to go through it because although I've talked about individual performances in the ideal Sibelius cycle or discussing individual symphonies, it's worth considering the cycle as a whole because I don't think I've ever done it. Even though it's been in there, woven into the dialogue on Sibelius symphonies. So let's do it, shall we? Disc 1 gives you Symphony Number 1. A fabulous Symphony Number 1, one of the great Symphony Number 1s. It's grand. It's not too slow, but not too fast. The playing is gorgeous. It's epic and craggy. And the lyrical themes surge and sing a la Tchaikovsky, which they should. Actually, I was listening to that Manfred Honeck Tchaikovsky Fifth, the new one, the Honeck, with Pittsburgh on reference recordings, which is amazing. And it occurred to me that, with that clarinet opening with the motto theme and then the loud version of the motto theme coming back in the finale, that must have been the model for Sibelius's First. Because the first movement and finale of Sibelius's First do exactly the same thing, only in Sibelian terms. So that was kind of cool. A little realization. These things hit you as you listen. It's wonderful. Symphony Number 7, equally wonderful. It's organic. It has flow. The balances are beautiful. That noble trombone theme sings out. Da, 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 da. It's just marvelous. Sings out better than that, obviously, but And then you got Finlandia, what's not to love? So there you go. Disc CD number 2 gives you the Second Symphony and the Sixth. That's a full disc, 76 minutes. Now, the Second Symphony is always the problem child in most cycles because it's such a tough piece to bring off. And Segerstam goes for the grand style version of it. It's a good version of the grand style version. If you know what I mean. The finale does not die. That's the important thing. What happens along the way is almost irrelevant. I mean, if the finale is a snooze because it really goes around like one too many times, you're in big trouble. So happily, this has the grandeur that suits the tempo. I personally still prefer quicker speeds throughout. I just do. I like the quick guys. I like Sell. I like Paul Paret. I like especially the first movement, that pastoral movement, which has to be so innocent and fresh, but still, it's a very good performance. Then we've got CD2, Symphonies 3 and 5. Magnificent. Both of them. Absolutely not a foot wrong anywhere. You know, one of the keys to Sibelius, to doing Sibelius really well, and it can't be emphasized too strongly, and it's a fascinating phenomenon of his orchestral technique, is that the string parts are critically important, but he almost never gives a tune to the violins. You know, Sibelius likes to give tunes when he gives them to the strings, to the cellos, but otherwise he's sort of happier doing woodwinds, which is fascinating because he was a violinist. I mean, we know from the violin concerto, he was a string guy, but his orchestral parts are so ungrateful for violins. Violinists hate playing this stuff because you spend your whole time doing tremolos and accompaniment figures going chugga 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 chugga. They're not easy, and they're not comfortably written for the violinists who always want to be on top playing the main melody. But you don't in Sibelius. But you still have to pay incredible attention to the sonority, to the sound. Sibelius was a chord guy, not a line guy, more or less. And in order to keep the music alive and buoyant and flowing, you have to have this crispness, this intensity, even in a simple tremolo. I mean, it's got to really have tightness. It's got to have crispness. And so, you know, Segerstam was a violinist, a fabulous violinist in his day. And he spends a lot of time working on string parts. And you hear it so clearly, like in the finale of the Fifth Symphony. It's all tremolos, right? And it can make such a big difference if that stuff is properly articulated and accented. And it is. And that's also true of the finale of the third and all kinds of places. So you really, it tells you just how marvelously attuned to the idiom these performers are. And then we've got disc 4, which is the fourth and the violin concerto. Like I said, the violin concerto is slamming, and the fourth is absolutely one of the best ever. It might be the best on disc. I don't know. It's a stunning performance in every respect, perfectly paced and gloriously played, and dark and rich, and tangy, and it's just great. So this is a fabulous Sibelius cycle, and it's still around. So I'm telling you now, if you haven't heard it and you're curious, you don't have it, and you really ought to, you'll be happy. I guarantee it. You really will. Oh, and I didn't talk about the sixth, right? The sixth is very good. A little bit on the measured side, again, like the second it's coupled with. But the string playing. String playing carries the day. Anyway, keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.